Hello everyone and welcome in. Hopefully I've pressed the right button. I've got my phone over here away from the microphone just to make sure I am broadcasting, but if someone can just drop in and say that they can see me, because obviously there is a delay from what I'm looking at on the phone. So if anyone, before I start saying the usual hellos, if anybody can just say, and yeah, we are live. And Maura says hello, Rob. Thank you, Maura. Thank you, darling. So we'll start at the top. I'll put it on live chat actually. That'll help. There we go. So who have we got? We've got Jake in first. Hello, Jakey. Hope you're keeping well. Moneybrook Junction, Mark and Lisa. Welcome into you guys. Hope you're both well. And Victor Levitt, thank you for joining us. And Mr. Woods, our ever faithful end of evening broadcaster. Maura, hello darling, I hope you're keeping well. What's the weather like over your side? Just starting to get windy over here, so I imagine it's not too far wrong from where you are. And Dan, welcome in buddy, hope you're keeping well. You're going to get the same weather as us, aren't you, mate? And everybody saying hello to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We can hear and see you. Thank you very much, Dan. That's much appreciated. Oh, Paul Woods as well. Yeah, he says it's Rob. Wow, Grace has changed. I'm jumping again. And we did have Morgan go back to his proper home yesterday, but unfortunately his mummy's gone poorly again, so she's had to go back into hospital. So we're babysitting Morgan again for a while. All good vision and sound. Thank you very much. The rest are still stuck at Getz and Worley. Yeah, I get that. It's we've had a few messages. People have obviously been spending, and had some saying that Worley was better than Getz, and others saying Getz was better than Worley. But I hope whoever's been there and is in currently, or are still there, are enjoying themselves. Money Rooks. Evening, Rob and Grace and everyone. Chris, welcome in, sir. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Windy here. Windy by you, Jake. Maura, lovely here today. Not cold at all this evening. No, it's 13 degrees in the shed at the moment, hence the, let's have a look. Nope, there. This little glow here is the fire, there's a heater on behind me. And John Penny, welcome in, buddy. Hope you're keeping well. Evening, Rob and Grace and everyone else in the chat. Hope you all had a good week. And Chris, just making sure. Don't need to read out everybody saying hello to each other. So I think that's it at the second. Obviously, it might be a bit quieter in tonight. Like you say, with people off at Getz and Worley picking up their bargains. We've managed, I don't know if you can see the box very well. No, we've been out today to a friend's, and if they're in tonight, Rich and Carol, if they're watching this, they said they'll watch the video because obviously give them credit. We've been out to them today, and we've got a rather large box behind us with a load of locos and a lot of wagons and quite a lot of scenery stuff, and we've got them at a nice price today as well. We wanted more wagons, and by God did we get some very, very nice locos too. Not sure if we're going to reveal them tonight, possibly one or two, but all will be revealed in the one of the, you know, in the, either the plans or the next weekend's episode, because there'll be a lot to get through. I'm losing track of the chat. Jake, wish I was a Getz, could have gotten some peace and quiet. And Gary, evening Rob and Grace, had your trains and all in the chat. Hail Gary, hope you're keeping well, my friend. And Andrew Shortbread, welcome in mate, I hope you're keeping okay buddy. And it's good to see you, obviously. Maura, back in a sec, just going downstairs to get a brew, get a drink. I'm waiting for Grace to bring one in. I'm feeling like, what's the character out of the James Bond films, where he's stroking the pussycat. I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. He's tired, this one. He's been looking after his mum all day, so he usually has his afternoon nap. But obviously, that all had to change. Smash the likes, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, if anybody can hit the smash the like button. And I'm still losing track again. Trevor and oh, sorry, Trevor. I do apologise. I'm glad someone else mentioned saying hello. Hope you're keeping well, Trev. Yeah, I've now got an updated fix of wagons. Some bloody nice ones there as well. Where are we? David Hinks. Good evening, David. I hope you are well, sir. And Hermitage Road. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're keeping well. Surprisingly, I honestly didn't think the chat would be this busy this early, with obviously, because you know, people have to travel to get to Whalley. I'm not even sure where Whalley was, to be honest. But obviously travelling back as well. Yeah. I've said hello to you, haven't I, Hermitage? And Brian, hello! I know Brian was one that went to one of the shows. I can't remember which one, Brian, I'm sorry. Might be having a chat with you, Brian. Got some new locos. Not sure what they're like as runners. And I either need your help to service them or possibly send them over to you for servicing. But I'll have a chat with you at some point. I haven't actually run them yet. They're still in this box behind me. Again, I'm losing control of losing track of the chat. Brian, Chris. Great, Rob. How are you, my friend? Not too bad, thank you, Andrew. As I say, I've been out today to visit some friends. Got some nice locos and plenty of wagons. Not a bad day at all. As I say, slight interruption because of having to pick this one back up. He was supposed to go home yesterday. Well, he did go home yesterday, but he's had to come back here today, which is a bit stressful for him because he was here for a week while his mum was poorly. Went back yesterday, and unfortunately we've had to pick him up again. What are you doing, little boy? Having a shake. Go on, you go down then. You go and wait for Grace. Evening. I just want to make sure I'm not missed. Dr. Nose, thank you very much, Bride. That's much appreciated. What was it? It was that same one. I can't remember which movie that was, but he was on the bed with the laser, and he says, you know, do you expect me to talk? No, I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. But it was a cat. I know it was a cat, not a dog, but it was a white cat, so it's close enough. If I have missed you, please say hello again and send a slap. A slap to me, I mean. Chris, you had it right the first time. Chris. Brian, that's copyrighted with dog calling Doctor Ho. To be honest, not far from fitting. To be honest, that would fit me indeed. And I have been called worse. Sorry, I'm getting messages for updates and everything. But I will have a look at those. Brum area. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Jake. So roughly in the same sort of Jesus, both in roughly the same place. Bloody hell. Andy, howdy, folks. Hope you're keeping well, Andy. Keeping yourself busy. Andy, Brian, Chris. Hello, Rob and Grace. Good evening to you. Hello, Richard. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. Okay. I'm quite busy. Your little friend wants to say hello to you as well. He's got big cuddles.
I need to go to the shop as well.
Okay. Right, what's up?
I did get oil on my boots and corn flour.
He's got
Unless
proper.
you want to go.
No, we'll sort it in a bit. He's got proper. He's unsettled, isn't he? Wasn't expecting to be back here so soon. Said hello to Richard. No worries, Rob. You know where I am. Cheers, buddy. Much appreciated. As I said, they are literally all in the. I'll show you the box. Are we revealing any of them tonight? I'm just talking to our friends here. Are we revealing any? We can't reveal all of it, obviously, because there's so bloody much.
No, we could reveal one or two.
Yeah. He's so unsettled, isn't he? His mummy's boy. He's my dog as well, but he's proper mummy's boy, isn't he?
Have you got all?
I believe so. Haven't got the other thing, that's all.
No, that's down here, but if you can pass me in here, please.
Okay. Are you going to have a look? Do you want to have a dig in the box? Oh, or just so she doesn't reveal
Oh, I already was.
everything on the box. Right, let's catch up. Yeah, Andy, if you've sorted your live, we'll sort ours to lead to yours as usual, mate. No worries, Rob, you know where I am. I've just said to Brian that that going to have a look at these about servicing them, and
Yeah.
if they're that bad, I can't imagine they're going to be. But if I can't do it, then if Brian can possibly do it. As I said, we haven't even tested him yet.
You can show one thing I got
What's that?
that you didn't want me to come away with.
What's that?
Horses.
Oh yeah. So we were there. We'd done all the deal for all the locos and the wagons and everything.
You want curious, mister?
And then very kind friends, Richard, him and Grace vanished upstairs somewhere. Very strange. And came down with a load of scenery stuff. And included in this scenery stuff was what, Grace?
More horses.
More horses. I said she didn't need more horses. Richard said she did.
I couldn't leave them there.
Grace said she did, so she's got more horses. I said that this bloody layout's going to become a horse sanctuary. Let's try and catch up again. I've started wiring the first loop on the railway and tested it with one of my DCC locos. Sound comes on, but loco doesn't move. Done system reset CB8, but that hasn't helped. Would you say it is a wiring issue? Our DCC friends in the chat, if someone can answer John, please. I'll read through that again. I've started wiring the first loop on railway, tested it with one of the DCC locos. Sound comes on, but loco doesn't move. Done system reset CB8, but that hasn't helped. So if someone can give John advice for us, please. And Ian Mellon, welcome in, sir. I hope you are keeping well. Oh, sugar. I nearly swore then. It's nice to meet you again, Mrs. Bond. Mrs. Bond? Are you trying to imply something there, Andrew? Mrs. Bond then. Cat, dog, tomato juice. No, cat, dog, tomato, tomato. What's that, David? If you wanted to confuse me, you've succeeded. Andy 741 evening our RGJ trains. I know is RGJ trains gone AWOL. She was making a cup, but she's now down there trying to find certain things in the box. Nope, heater's gone off, on off. Right, how are you, Maura? We might have something for you soon. DCC fitted. Royal Mail delivered my new toy this evening at 1910. Opening the Amazon parcel has a picture of the mallard on the front of the box. Trevor, you git, what have you done? Answers on a postcard. Have you had a new bloody mallard, mate? Royal Mail delivered my new toy this evening at 1910. A purple one. You better have a purple one. Ah, the missing G, says Andy T. Yep, down on the floor.
He did that.
Rob on Rob, normally faster than Grace. This is very true, Jack. Oh, you can't actually see me, can you? Because I'm leaning to one side. I'm very true, very true, Jake. Obviously, I'm getting confused. Paul Woods is asking where's his cuppa?
In the kettle.
In the kettle. And he's also saying hello to you. Andy, Getz was not as crowded as it was last year. Really? So what was the what were the waiting times like to get into Getz? Because I know last year's at one point it was nearly 2 hours to get in, wasn't it? Hi Grace, just how cool in the shed?
14 degrees.
Right. We'll put a pile here as to what we want to. I nearly said what we want to expose then, but we're not exposing anything, are we? That's on the OnlyFans. More Brian, stop. I'll be killed if I buy any more, but you have me guessing. Now go for it, Maura, go for it. Just buy it. Just buy it. And that's the good thing about me and Grace. Obviously, it's like today. We got a load of locos and wagons, and to be fair, we did take turns in picking things, didn't we?
Yeah.
And there was a lot we agreed on, because we had the choice of shunters and what have you, and we agreed on certain ones. So, Maura, get your other half into the hobby. And Richard saying, hello Morgan, woof woof. Everybody knows Morgan, don't they? Come here. Come up. Are you going to be the star of the show, Morgs? Are you going to lead the show? No, you're supposed to look into the camera there. Up here, Morgan. Morgan. Never make a TV presenter, would he? But like I say, he's unsettled tonight. Normally he's quite happy trumpling around, whereas tonight he's quite cuddly. And Snowy, how are you, darling? Hope you are keeping well.
Let me put my drawing away.
And Andy is going again tomorrow. Nice one.
Does that mean no live?
Oh yeah, you got no live tomorrow then, Andy. And Andrew, thank you very much for the shortbread supply. That is appreciated. We will get some shortbread with that because we both love the shortbread.
Well, funnily enough, what I bought in.
Okay, Jake's saying hello to you, Grace.
Hey, Jake.
President XD's locomotive. I can't get me words out. President XD's locomotive shed. Evening all. Is that new to us or
Who?
this one?
I can't recognise the name.
I
but that's
can't.
not
Do you
saying-
mean I can't remember?
No, I don't recognise.
You're looking
the
for your
name.
books.
No, I don't recognise the name, is what I meant to say.
Well, if you're new here, let us know. If you're not, welcome back in. And you are obviously more than welcome. Again, like we always say to our lurkers and everything like that, our lives tend to be sort of, well, all the guys and ladies here will back us up, saying they're not politically correct, are they, Grace? Sometimes there's quite some innuendo, which we love to bits. It's not always about trains. I'm in your way now, aren't I? We just like jangling. And Paul Woods. Horse, of course. Oh, I jumped it again. Andy T, I've got my dinner on at the moment, waiting for the ceiling dinner done alarm. And running trains, got Channel 4 on with Pete and Status Quo fella. Oh, cool. Sounds like a motor issue. Oh, replying to John. Okay, no worries. John Penny, I presume if you're on Facebook, you're already part. Actually, someone drop Finnerton Central Facebook link in, please. I presume you're part of that. If you're not, drop into the link. Oh. If someone drops the link in there, join in, and they've got a fantastic bunch of people there who really, really, really know what they're talking about. Mommy's in the house. Huh? Oh. Let's put it on both of us. Do you want to sit here? You tell you what. Oh, sit down for a minute. You're fine, honestly, I want to stand up. Have a seat. Yeah. Yeah, great bunch of people over at Pardon?
No, it's charging.
Still.
Can never get this right.
I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it. Just try and build the heat up. That's all. Oh,
Right, I don't know where we are.
I'll catch it in a sec. We are. No, you're all right, man. Where are we? Yeah, great bunch of people over at Princeton Central. So ask the questions in there. Sounds like a chip issue, says Jake.
Can I move on?
No, language. Yeah, great. Oh, sure. Sounds like one of the motor wires is off for DCC. Dave, Grace, you need a donkey sanctuary. Wonky donkeys. John could be doing something with the motor. Try adding a blanking plate and run DC to rule out the motor. That's not a bad idea, actually. Jake, Rob or Grace, turn off your phone, please.
I think.
Shouldn't be. Turn that one off.
Is there another one on me?
No, no. Is
Below.
there? No.
Off the camera?
I said no.
Oh.
Where's your phone?
God knows. No, it's for hearing us. Hearing two of you. It's repeating for some reason.
Hearing two of you. Oh yeah, we had two mics on. Sorry about that.
No,
Oh,
it's not registering, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the second one that you've turned off, there's nothing on it.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know.
Can people still hear us? That's the big question. Yeah, no, we're all right. We've still got sound. You should only be hearing one of us now. And Tim Maslin. Hey, Tim. How are you going, bud? Hope you're keeping well. Desperately trying to catch up with the chat. If we miss anybody, please shout again. Bri got into Wally at 10 and walked straight in.
Hi, Maura, by the way.
Andy, big queue, but went in 10 minutes. Jesus. That's much better than last year then.
Yeah, hours waiting, wasn't it?
Oh, you're alright. John Penny, so you have sound but no motor. Can you get the motor out to test to see if it runs on its own, or like they say about the blanking plate? It's a Hornby rolling road, so I can service some. Oh, nice one! I was thinking about one of those. Tim, I saw Donegal Dad.
Now.
No. I saw Donegal Dad stream of Wally. Got to say, it looked pretty quiet. Quiet's not a bad thing, really, is it? Hi Tim, this appliance got some DCC decoder, was fitted a few years ago by Hatton's. Loco worked okay on layout at old house. It's the first time since I tried using it since the house move. Could be a wiring issue, possibly, I'm guessing, then.
That's skip loads.
Oh no, it's...
There we go.
Oh, Jesus, we're missing loads.
No live tomorrow, that was it. There we are.
Where are we now?
Down below.
No live tomorrow. Okay, Andy, no problem. Rob, how old is Morgan? He is
6.
Just over 6 years old in August. Cookies. I'll give that a try tomorrow. It could be
You've
dirt.
missed Maura's again.
Where? Where?
Robbie looks like has built the odd Metcalf kit, but he's banned from our layout as he just wants to press all buttons on the control panels and send my train flying.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Simon Trains. Hello, matey. Hope you're keeping well. Could I try tomorrow? It could be dirt, trunks, plastic. I haven't tried any other locos on there yet. Dinner for me, home alone, was haggis burger. Oh, okay. That sounds really nice, actually. Why does it feel like it's only been 4 weeks since you went back into the shed for the... Pardon?
That's not full.
It shouldn't be.
No. It's 14 degrees. Right. Isn't it? That's full.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
One of the samosa.
Oh, usually on you.
Yeah.
On 3.
It's on 1.
On 3? No, you have put it on 3.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong part, aren't I? That's why. There we go. Since you went back in the shed for streams and already prepping for moving back to the house with Grace, getting the coat out. Well, no, Dan, what we're hoping now is to stay out in the shed with live streams. We've got some more expanding foam to fill in some more of the gaps. So no, we're hoping, obviously if it gets down to stupid degrees, then yeah, we will have to come back inside. But we are hoping to do more. Chris and Victor, Brian and Mark and Lisa are all saying hello to you.
Hello everyone, hope you're all alright.
And Simon sharing Pinnerton Central. Yeah, if anybody's not on Pinnerton Central Facebook group, hit the link, get over there, answer the questions. If you're not sure about the answers to the questions, Brian said you can just put RGJ Trains as the answers and he'll let you in. But fantastic bunch over there, really knowledgeable. And a lot of the people on here are over there. And Gary's saying hello, ma'am.
Hi Gary.
Snowy saying hello, Ange.
Hiya darling, you alright?
And David loves haggis. Hi, ma'am, as ma'am casually walks in with an analogue smoke unit.
Exactly.
It's alright, don't worry. 3616, hit that like button, folks. Yeah, please, if you don't mind, thank you very much. And Maura saying hello, ma'am. And Andrew and Richard. Everybody saying hello, ma'am. And Flymo, good evening, Rob and Grace. How'd you do? Hey, Adam, hope you're feeling. How you feeling, buddy? You feeling any better? Andy T, that dog likes his belly scratched. He loves having his belly scratched, and he loves cuddles. He is a big time cuddle monster, and he's actually chewing some cardboard at the moment. Gracie, you loaded with a cold, is asking Andrew.
No, I think it's the light. It's why I look as pale as a sheep.
Yeah, I'll change the colour on the light. Hi, Rob. We can still hear you. Thank you, Simon. It's just we had a quick audio issue. Same people got this 5 on 5. The sound. Thank you, Adam. 5 by 5, Andy. Louder than before. Yeah, we had the rock. You know us. We always have issues, but I'll have to say thank you for not making a massive deal out of it. And it sounded like a moan fest. We do appreciate that. And I'll leave you read that one.
Kevin! Good evening.
You're right, Kev.
How are you feeling? How's going
yes.
hospital-wise? If you want to share it, obviously, on the group.
How are you, buddy? I hope you're okay. Maura, I did plan. It was great to see it live. Interviews were great. I believe. Jenny got to interview Martin, didn't she?
Yes, Flymo's been quite busy, hasn't he?
Where are we now? Oh, do you want to have a go at trying to catch up with that? Because I'm not winning tonight.
Sorry.
No, you're all right. What are you doing? Oh.
Okay, sound-wise, so I'm just going by the hellos. Anthony had a great pub party yesterday, says Ivo. Yes, he travelled over, didn't he?
You're proper,
by the time Mark did his stream, most people were in the engine said bright. That's a fair point, Ivo. My cat also likes a good belly scratch. I ran in my locos on the DC rolling road, fit the DCC chip, then program a chip to the desired number on my programming track, so 2 straight bits of track separate from a layout. Because I do feel for Dungles with Dad Rail tomorrow. I'm invading Morley at Stafford tomorrow. What's that? I got to meet the Dodge clan. Nice one, Andy. Good evening, Richard. Brian sharing group. Hi, Flymo. It was me off the Vice Facebook because I don't have it myself. I could have left 4 others to it, but you know me. If I say I'll be there, exactly, I get that. So I think we've caught up.
Right, okay, Mum wants a quick word. So I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm currently running trains whilst talking to you. Really enjoying this iTrain. I think I can do a lot with this. So that's Tim. No, that's good to know, Tim, darling. It's nice to know that some that have got into railways since coming over, which is really nice. So, is that dirt on the screen? I think that might be dirt on the camera. Bear with, I'm cleaning it again, guys. That or there's no. I think it's a stain on there, not There we go, that's... Ah, it's lens flare. So that's not going to help. I'm doing a Morticia Adams here. That's what I'm doing. Morgies. I'm doing with just the lighter extra bit. Come on in. Come here. You better not be eating a tree here, mister. That's mine. Anyone know... Did anyone know Sir Nigel Gredsley had a second tender? I didn't know that. Hi Holly, thanks for joining the group. Phone. Ain't a phone near. That's weird. I've not changed anything. Ouch, said Jake. What were we ouching? Or was that when I was playing around with that phone? Yeah, I've not put anything, not touching it. It could, the only thing it could be is when I leaned forward because it was in my pocket.
There we go. So where are we? Are you caught up?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
So you're not showing any of that stuff over there?
Well, I was thinking of, but I thought they might want to see it on that camera rather than... But show that you're happy for me to show what I'm showing.
Why is it not lit up?
Because I haven't twisted it, but I didn't know if you were happy
Twist
with
it.
me showing.
Yeah, fine. Oh, we're missing comments. What comment were you on?
Uh-oh, man wants a quick word, so Frog comes back in button his butt. We know whatever he's got spanking for.
Phone near mic.
Yeah, I think that's when I leant over.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
it's
where's
the
your
delay
phone?
in my pocket, and it's
Do you
not
wanna-
been a problem here. So I think it was when I went lent, I
Okay.
clamped the lens. So it's the only thing I can think of, unless yours is still on as well.
Where's mine? It shouldn't be, but I can put it over there somewhere. Where are we then?
I'm like a mini human now.
Me either. I know a Flying Scotsman had a second tender. The second tender probably the one that's either disguised as a coach or the one borrowed from the Bittern that was nicked off the Scotsman. Down okayish. Flymo. I believe they use the corridor tenders on the A4s as well as the A3s. Flying Scotsman. Bittern had 2 tenders. So yes, and you go for a minute. Grace wants to show... Oh, thank you. A few of our acquisitions. Do you want to take all of them out of the camera? So we'll knock over to this one. Just wait a minute, little boy.
No, he won't get him away on mine, will he? Moggies.
He can't from the side.
Yeah, we can.
Call me a liar.
Right, you're going to lay down. Good boy.
Right. So what are you showing first, Grace?
The wagon.
And why are you showing that, Grace?
Because of the name.
You're not
It was
doing
opposite.
So obviously 7 plank wagons. We've got a few of those, haven't we?
Yeah.
But obviously the reason being is because
Show it
it's a
to-
Welsh name,
Get them out. Pardon me, Brian?
and we actually got a friend who's a paramedic, and he's called Emily.
And he was always your proverbial magnet when you worked
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, we worked together, and even
Have
on
you
a cou-
showed him that?
Huh?
Have you showed him?
Showed who?
Who are we talking about?
Him.
Yes.
Emily. How can I show him?
I thought you had his number.
I don't think so. I could check if I had.
Mm.
Then I'll. Cause he never had Facebook.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
7
you-
plank wagon. We've got a few of those.
And we've got boxes. Not boxes for all the wagons, but we
But
have
we have got a lot of boxes for them,
majority.
including the original prices. Dan, there was a place. Oh, what was it? It was one in Rill. £2.70 for that. There was a place in Rill. What was it called? Quicks.
I don't know. I was not really part of that.
Quicks. The model shop. I don't suppose it exists now, but. And what are we showing next? A gorgeous little Shenta that we both agreed on.
But it reminded me of the big one we have that I got off my big brothers. Was it Adam's one? Might be a different
Yes,
one.
that
We've got
was,
one in this livery.
Was that a 66 or a 58?
Something like that. It's in my box,
I
but
think it was a 66.
we
No,
had
it wasn't
that
a
livery.
66, was it? I think it was a 58, but it's in the same livery.
Well detailed. But then we've also got several. And the
We'll catch up with the comments in a minute, guys.
reason I thought several of these is because we're actually same-ish livery.
And it fits a couple of the other locos. So yeah, we've got quite a few of these wagons in different sizes. But they're absolutely gorgeous. And these are the ones. Well, it's not that one. There is one of them, or a couple of them, where the doors actually open.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
No, it's not on that one.
Oh yeah, clothes van, so it won't be that one. Duh. No, it's not for that, is it?
So we will catch up with the comments in a second. Neither Grace is second tender at all. But I've still got a call down to keeping cheerful. Show and tell, Grace says Simon. Get them out, says Brian.
That's what I said.
I'm hoping that he means the wagon. Dan, Scotsman of the second tender originally. At one time, Scotsman Bitten were owned at the same time by the same owner, then Iconic Bitten, then used the second tender. Learn something every day, says Andrew. Okay, well, it's not long story, not for here, but this way I can see the rocks at the bottom. Oh, we know that one.
And lastly, so far out of all the lot.
Let's have a look. Is it the one I think it is? And we do have we saw this and it was like, yeah, above everything else, we were having this. And the reason being...
No, hold on. I'm just showing the loco first.
Yeah, no. The reason being... Oh, this one obviously, it's even got a complete and... Oh,
Working.
it was complete until I touched it. Oh, there we go. That's... You're not showing it, Grace. You're not showing the cantilever. So yeah, the cantilever's complete and working. And the reason behind wanting this one straight without even thinking about it is because it's Frank Hornby. And we thought, name like that, we had to have the loco. And the great thing about it is, all of these are boxed, and they've even got the paperwork in the box. Absolutely
I've got one
amazing.
pre-order box as well for this.
Yeah. So are you done now?
Yeah, I'm just trying to give them a better view of this one, but it's not working well.
We're there.
Oh, you zoomed in?
I'm gonna bear with me.
Why do you want it zooming out? I need.
No, zooming in you need. So, configure camera control. No, wrong way. So yeah, we decided we had to have that. Drunk it up. Oh wait, wrong live stream. Wrong words too. Love the 08 shunter. Yeah, we love that one. We do like the shunters, don't we? Because we've got the Hallian model, and the detail on that's absolutely stunning. I have to admit, the detail on this one's bloody gorgeous as well. Is it a Bachmann? I think they're all Hornby, aren't
No,
they?
these ones are all Hornby.
Yeah, they're all Hornby ones. Brian has that 08. Maura says, very nice. Dan, Pegler bought the second tender. It's the 1990s when Britain and Scotsman were owned by the same owner. I just love this. So many knowledgeable people in our chat. Oh wait, Piccadilly from Manchester, my hometown, says Richard. The second tender was in storage somewhere, but not with the Scotsman of the Lytton. Adam, very smart and well worth shipping if you wanted to. Well, that's the thing with the second iteration, if that happens 90 years in the future.
We have another one similar.
We do have some that can be chipped. Oh, I have that one, says Bright. Not a cup for legal. Pantograph. Thank you very much, Adam. That was the word I was looking for. I knew it. Oh, sorry, wrong show. There used to be 10 of those 06 shunters in Scunthorpe where the number started with D36. Cool. The second tender is at Locomotive Limited at Crewe. So are you saying that the Scotsman originally had 2 tenders? Lovely, a nice catch, Rob. Well, it's both of us. Nice. Where did you get that from, Rob? We went to visit a friend today over in Llandudno, because he's downsizing his collection, and I think we've taken we've taken most of the wagons, haven't we? And a good few of the locos. Great haul there, Rob and Grace. We'll show them in more detail either in the plans video by photo, or or in next weekend's. Oh, 2 seconds. Why don't we put it back on main camera? Either in the plans video or next weekend's episode. Jake, oh Jesus, this thing's jumping. I was looking at the exact same loco that you used to have. Oh, Frank Hornby, very nice. That's what we thought, you know, because obviously it was a nod to Hornby. Adam, does it have the switch for pantograph power pickup on Frank Hornby? I don't know. Where has it gone?
Don't know. Either way. So we're after. What we're going to do is we've got to get them out, give them all service anyway.
Yeah, we've got to check them all through. We can't go through all the wagons. There's too many, and it would take up the entire live stream. But what I'll do is I'll do some photos and put them in the episode or plans. Down in the 1990s, the second tender wasn't stored. A Scotsman was bitten. Yes, Flying Scotsman. Dan, I bought the TT12008. I have great details on it. Kev, I pre-med Thursday into hospital for operation Tuesday. Got everything crossed for you, mate. If you can, if you don't mind, keep in contact with us. Drop us a Facebook message, drop us an email, just to let us know how you're getting on, buddy. If that's okay with you. Dan, what Sam's trains earlier? He gave out the impression Hornby, in his opinion, is contemplating slowing down on 00 and pushing more on the TT120. Everybody's entitled to opinion, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so personally, because 00 is still far more popular than TT120, but I could be wrong. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. That's what they say, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That's not the correct saying, but I didn't want to be too rude. Yes, we're on stop running between London and Edinburgh, Rob. Ah, okay. Fair enough. We'll have a look, mate. Scots only had 2 because it went to America. Flying Scotsman had the second tender before it went to the States. Okay. Mark and Lisa, I won the Class 73 called Dick McButt. Not originally, got 2 tenders to help with his travel to the USA and Australia. Ah, that explains a lot, because obviously wider distances. Chris, I pick up lots of stuff from other members of my model rail club who are upgrading. Well, he was like downgrading more than anything, but Richard and Carol have been amazing today. We've
had a lovely day, haven't we?
Yeah, lots of nice coffee and lots of nice homemade chocolate biscuits. But the rest of the haul, including the scenery stuff, as I say, we'll get into further detail. Originally, Scotsman had a single tender when Peggle bought in the 60s. He bought a second tender because he knew water truss and towers were going recently, bitten had going in blue. There's a Class 9 shunter called Dick Hardy. Yes, Alan Peggle bought the Scotsman a second tender to hold water as all water truss were taken out. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's a Severn Valley. Then there was water troughs and the crew could take on more water. I can't remember that bit. They say if you haven't got anything good to say about something, say nothing. I have nothing to say, therefore, about TT120. I'm inclined to agree with you, Chris, to be honest. It's not that widespread at the moment. It has been going for a while, hasn't it? Oh, God, we're talking cranes. Oh, my God. We're on the right line. I can't see them. I'm nowhere near the knowledge, obviously, that Sam's Trains has. But me personally, I can't see it. I really can't see it. Now, the only I had the Scotsman was running to Edinburgh before the end of steam. We have an 86, not Frank Hornby, Richard, not on the site yet. Obviously working. Excuse me 1 sec. Having a drink. That's better. Right, I'll leave it back to you. Are we settling down now? It's about, we tried to give him a nap earlier and he wasn't interested, was he? Speaking of which, I do need to check messages wherever I put my phone away from the microphone, obviously.
Just squidge things around, get me bored.
Hospital acquired.
That doesn't surprise me.
Back in a sec.
So, let's get all the drawing stuff away. Obviously, it's a bit awkward with somebody here sat on my lap, but I'm not going to complain. Letting it in on live today from guests. TT20 appears to be very popular. Oh, okay. I was sort of saying, if you cannot say good of anyone, say not. Had 2 dinners for British Railways. Didn't see any TT120 layouts it gets today. That's funny. I think the problem is there's still not a load available, is there? That's the problem. There's not enough available yet. I think we wouldn't even considering it at this point. There is just not enough around to do it, I think. So that's the issue. I know he left the door open, didn't he? It's cold. See Gary. Is Gary heading out? Oh, I'm off now, guys. Thanks for stream. And no night, Gary, darling. In 1968, Scotsman was the only steam loco officially allowed to run on BR after the end of the steam specials. It went to the USA in that time. When it came back, Dennis Castle was the first. So yeah, if I remember, was it Lord Owl had a Scotsman with the American livery on? He got it last year, if I remember. And I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. I always get a briefly saw on Jenny's stream. It didn't look manic. It was well attended but not crowded. Unless people avoided it because of last year and how busy it was. Maybe that's why. Was the first to bring Sting back onto BR for charters. Pendennis was sold to Australia. Years later, Scotsman went to Oz and met Pendennis Castle. Ah, Holly just come in and said how cute Morgan is. Love at first sight? Hey, John? Is that what it is? Is he falling asleep? Are you falling sleepies? Novelty of making tracks has worn off. Yeah, I think maybe partly it is that, Simon. It is the novelty's ended because it's you know, people, but also have people avoided it thinking I'm not going this year because of how bad it was last year. So in turn, so many people have done that it's actually made it okay. And the issue now is tomorrow, whether people think, oh, it wasn't that bad today, so I'm going to go tomorrow. And actually, wasn't there a football match on today? So is that maybe why it wasn't as busy? Is people didn't go because of a football match and tomorrow might be quite manic? Just a thought. This is not on back of me. Okay, Rob, is that 2 electric overhead locos and now you have to redo the track and tunnels to put the overhead wires? Not a chance. It is staying down for now. Maybe the next generation, Rich. Maybe the next generation. I've been back here for a while now. Fly Mountain has an overhaul again. I know, is it middle one? I still think TT is a flash in the pan. I think there's just not enough yet. You know, if we were to suddenly say, right, we're doing all our layout TT120, I think, you know, even Metcalfe haven't got buildings out. How much, realistically, away from trains, scenery, parts from scenery, how much of that realistically can you get in TT120? Because I don't know what the scale is. It's in between N gauge and 00, isn't it? All locomotives went to an America, got bells to go with their whistles. I think it would be Grace, as she loves most animals. Hey. You got a lover from afar, mister. And is that Craig? No, Darren. I see his name, but I can't see his name. Weird. Craig, if you're in, hello. I see it says, obviously, hello from Flymo, but I can't see your name unless it's skipped that quick. There was MK Dons were playing at home today. Yeah, so is that why as well? People have gone, I'm not going today, I'm going to go tomorrow. Yeah, but they kept the crowds apart today. Ah, so it's better than last year, then lost. TT120 has annoyed a fair few, apparently, including a 3mm sight. The original trying was 3mm, so why not go to that scale and not a European scale? TT120 can be found in lots of third-party sites, especially laser cut sellers. I suppose for them it's a lot easier because it is just doing the design and putting it in the printer. I've not really looked into it, to be fair. To be honest, maybe it's just because I've not looked into it. So Lord Dan, they joined NEM, so no odd UK scales anymore. N is 2mm, TT20 is 2.56. Well, that gets awkward then. 00 is 4. Yeah, so I knew 4 and N. 4 and 2. I just wasn't sure what the TT120 was, because I thought it was between the 2 and at like 3, but 2.56 seems a bit awkward. I am once some of the manufacturers start making rolling stock for it, we'll be looking with keen interest. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's why we've not really looked at it, is there's not enough for us yet. It'd have to be available like this, because the issue is as well, the less places it's available, they can really choose the price and you have no way of shopping around.
Oh, sorry. And we're in. Right.
Mhm.
Have you decided what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm doing that obviously.
Okay.
I will say nothing about TT120. The 00HO conundrum gives me the best of both worlds. Yeah, but at least with that, you can HO and 00, you can get away having like figures and that for HO, can't you? I have Scotsman A4, A3 from the set and a Class 08 in TT120. Yeah, it's not something we've really looked into yet. I think it would have to really be...
I don't want to do 120. What's the point? What is the point?
Because it's much nearer to N-gauge.
Yes, but it's not as much out there, is it? It's not not as easily available. It isn't.
This is what I'm saying. I think unless
the downside of N-gauge is obviously you're paying the same price for an N-gauge loco as you are a 00, if not more. And you certainly are for the Metcalf kits, aren't you? They're about the same price. Mm. But no, I don't think we'll be going TT120, will we?
No. Not unless it changes in the next few generations of David Junction.
Iterations.
Iterations.
Right, where are you on chat?
Best Andy and then Scotsman, TT, and obviously Flymo and Low to J. I think TT120 is waiting for that boom moment like 009 did when it was Batman announced 009 and it boomed. I'm doing good, he's fast asleep, but something like that. True, Rob, so true.
Yeah, I suppose that's a fair comment as well, that Simon's made, because it's mainly Hornby at the moment that are doing TT120. I suppose, especially with the likes of Backham or even a Curascale, if they get into...
Kits are too basic.
If Backham or a Curascale get into TT120 in a big way, then quite possibly it might spread a bit further. But help, like I said, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and one person may think they're right and another person may think they're right. So, but us personally, I'd open it. Us personally, I don't think we'd go TT 120.
I'm just going to have before I start.
Not that I'm knocking it. I'm just saying that I don't think that we'd go for it. Tim, TT is miles better than N-Gauge in my opinion. You get the advantage of more space and it's bigger, so it feels like not being ripped off. Again, another fair comp. I think that's what you leaned towards the comment wise, wasn't it, Grace?
I think for me, if in a few years' time, when we've said about N, if there's a lot more available with TT 120, then we might consider it.
I
But
suppose so, yeah.
at the
TT
moment
120
it's-
needs more people making it. True. It was £87 for the Gronk juice. Hornby and Pico make TT. Yeah, so you need a Cura scale and Bachmann to get behind it, don't you? In a big way.
Hellion, however you pronounce
Hellion.
it.
Yeah.
Because they have a more detailed models
Yeah.
and
Trev, I had the original Triumph TT models in the 1960s. Okay, it was not true to any scale. Andy, Hornby couldn't find their arse in the dark with a flashlight and a magnifying glass. I'm not going to argue that. The problem with TT 120 waiting for the boom is there won't be one. With a 009, it's already an established scale for 00 and only needed track to incorporate into a 00 layout. TT 120 hasn't. Yeah, but how long's TT 120 been going compared to 009 though? It's like Grace said, 009 is probably it's probably a lot more popular and been going a lot longer. Have we got a pillow for little man?
there should be one down there, isn't there?
He might crush down. Sorry, it's like babysitting a child. Where are you? What are you chewing yourself?
That is definitely like a child. Where are you? What are you doing?
Adam, yeah, I dare say when Bachmann, what Rob said, just needs a few more people to get behind it. Raymond, if Tilling started releasing British TT, it would be better than Hornby.
And places like Metcalfe,
Yeah,
places
that's
like
the
that
other
got
thing as
involved.
well, isn't it? It's not just the locos. You need the other stuff. I mean, a great many of you are really, really good at kit bashing. I just realised that. Blinding behind us, isn't it?
Yeah, I've just turned it up a touch just to try and boost it in
You
it.
catch with the chats. You put it on
So
bright.
that comment problem is, yeah. I know someone said you've got your wood kits and that, but like me, I'm useless with them. I'm looking into Engage to build a club layout, or if some more TT comes out, that's the way I'll go. Exactly. Who knows in a few years, have Hornby ticked you off, Andy.
I think with the two levels of Hornby, I think it's the Hornby Rail. Forgive me if I'm wrong, guys. Hornby Railroad is the basic one, and that does leave to be a lot to be desired. And then there's a level above it, and they do get detailed in that. But I think when it comes to like Hellion, Acura Scale, or Bachmann, they're miles ahead when it comes to details.
And I agree with Dan.
Two
Fair comment. Oh, I read those.
Okay.
But I do agree there with Dan. The other problem is there's not a second-hand market yet. And like us at the moment, literally everything apart from those two that we bought, it's second-hand.
Yeah. Andy, they just appear so inept, bordering on incompetent. 009 is narrow gauge to 00 gauge, if you follow. Yeah, I'm with you, Adam. Sorry, you know us with our knowledge compared to you
Engage
guys.
track with 00 locos.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
If I've got it right, I might have it
Tim,
wrong.
be a while before the big boys take the TT120. I suspect they have a lot of commitments that can't be put back in favour of TT120. I bet in 2 years, Acura Scale will have a TT120 loco out. And we'll look forward to that, mate. Raymond, the SS United States is going to be sunk as an artificial reef. They should load Hornby's Beetle stock on board.
I was so disappointed with that.
I agree with you. That was absolutely shameful, that set. It was disgusting. It wasn't a homage or whatever you call them to the Beatles. It was an absolute insult. Hot dog, that's not surprising considering the non-stock market. They chase profits and money and not balance it with quality, affordable prices and customer satisfaction. Chris, Hornby appears to have a certain business ethic, or lack of such. That is so last century. Continental TT has a larger amount of stock.
That's the other.
009 track is 009 is what?
I do think they stuff
More,
up.
I think Hornby Railroad is great. If you're just starting out, it gives you options to try things out before spending. Yeah, I agree with that. But I think the detail, Hornby Railroad, I suppose you're right, Maura. It's targeted as for kids really, where rather than the purists that want the details.
Well, not just kids, people starting out as well.
Yes, there's scope with Railroad to add details, but there's a high level of detail with Hornby. I have a nice Railroad Mallard that's DCC ready. Oh, cool. Tim, I don't buy Hornby myself, Andy. I have stuck with other model makers, and that's how I have what I want. Sorry about that, Tim. I've teeth in my mouth again. My first two locos were Hornby Railroad. If the Kira scale make TT120, then at least there'll be spare parts. Chris, I'm sitting on my Rolling Stone sofa wearing my Rush slippers. Not. Raymond, the only good Hornby Beetles is the Eurostar. Oh really? I can't say I've seen that. Believe 009 is 00 gauge and N gauge track, but 00 sleepers. Ivo, Trevor, if you want to remember Bud, Grace, watch your tea, please. You're about to knock it over.
My tea, it's empty.
Remember, Ducks and Millers, there is enough choice. Dan, who mentioned the SS United States? I've been getting emails about the situation. Railroad is aged 8-year-olds, I say. And Kevin, evening guys. Hope Kevin race. Is that?
Oh, other Kevin.
Other Kevin. Hope all
We
well.
have 2 Kevins, don't we?
Okay. Welcome in, other Kevin. Andy, there was no Beatles new stuff on sale today. I think they maybe as they sell TT Network Rail people, Curascale. It'd be interesting to see if they do go down that line. Oh, we're washing ourselves and sitting on the cushion now. But yeah, it will be interesting to see if a Curascale or Bachmann do go down the TT120 line, and I think that'll become, if you'll pardon the pun, more mainline then. Because when you've only got 1 or maybe 2 people doing TT120, but like we say, apart from those talented kit bashers out there, you need Metcalf to come on the scene with TT120 buildings and what have you. A lot more in the way of TT120 figures and stuff. Apart from, if you can print your own, obviously. That's something I haven't tried yet, and I don't think I will. Not on a filament printer. I avoid the railroad. Oh Jesus! I avoid the railroad range. Saw before railroads cost me £199 for a 20-year-old or more. Jesus. Raymond, the only Hornby stuff I'll buy is the UF River OC Electrolen and Lima. And Growler, welcome in. How are you keeping, bud? Watching on the train on the way home from Getz. And what are you travelling on? What train are you travelling on? Ewan, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remembered. Not bad for someone with knackered brain. Ivo, Dan, how about €600 for a re-release of the 1990s Fleischmann? Jake, I think people just need to ask for it. They can do, but that doesn't always work, though, does it, Jake? Because Curascale or Bachmann could turn around and say, well, there's not enough demand for it yet, so we're not going to do anything. And it is literally a supply and demand thing. Kevin Race, lol, of Muffin Man.
You know, Muffin Man?
00 people cut the knees off and then cut their knees off and then it's TT. Andy, agreed, Chris. The Krusty 9F was a blast. Oh, that was the one you didn't show, wasn't it?
What?
Do you want to talk to everybody for a minute? The one you didn't show was the one I wanted to show.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's alright. If I can find it.
It's Step Morgan.
There she is.
Agree, Chris.
Sorry,
Krusty
Morgs.
NF is a blast.
Right, we'll just switch it back to Earth for a minute. Go back to you for a minute.
You've got that wrong way round here.
I haven't got back. I haven't done it right, have I? So we do
There
that.
we go.
I wanted to show that one. Where are we? Some railroad stuff is really good. The Cross C9F, which is great. Did you get a train on time, or is it just getting moving now? Adam's asking. Dan, the other problem with making TT120, it's mainly those who already sell Hornby products who want to try. But considering Hornby will stop supplying that shop if they manufacture it, yeah. Avanti told me my train was cancelled and I had to go home via Liverpool. Then the train, when the train was back on 2 minutes before, I nearly boarded the Liverpool and currently running 50 minutes late. That sounds like Simon when he had to land at Liverpool. Yeah, when Simon come to Crewe show earlier in the year, he was due to land at Manchester Airport. Unfortunately, an aircraft was taken off and struck the runway, so they were diverted to Liverpool. And
Might have to zoom this one out when you get it on.
then they had, they were told, make your own way there and we'll reimburse you. And they were said, you know, get a taxi, and hundreds of pounds to get a taxi. So he went to Liverpool Central to catch the train down to Crewe, and just as the train started pulling out of Liverpool Central, he got a text saying that the aircraft was ready to fly back to Manchester. Where are we? I've lost myself.
Down.
Oh, there we go. Oh yes, damn. Muff died as his academy open for business. Another brick in the wall. Anything to share on? You're going to show them off next Sunday. Hope you get home safe, Ewan. Bet that's a 9F. Who's ours? No. Dan, with Hornby's a stupid tier system, a shop who is T1 makes its own models direct competition. It will lose its allocation of stock and be classed as a tier 3. Oh. Andy, green 4CEP for 125 quid. Jesus. Ugh.
Hornby got rid of the tier system. Says Tim.
I think Backman will say that, Rob, but I think a Curacao will say okay because it's popular and people think that it's a lot of people have been selling TMC out of the stock. It's been cheaper. Never should have a tier system, Tim. I've sat with Trevor Stubbs watching tracks at Acton Bridge, and there are many trains running in both directions. Dudley's Scale Model Cars, hello, and welcome in, buddy. Hope you are keeping well. Ewan, Brian, I've missed my connection in Glasgow, so I need to wait for an... Oh, Jesus. That ain't good. Brian sharing the link to his website. We are both okay, thank you very much for asking. We've been out with friends today, had a good little haul ourselves, haven't we? That'll follow in next week's either the plans video on Tuesday, Wednesday, or a weekend's episode. There's so much to go through. Where are we? So many YouTubers all squeezed in you. Yeah, it must have been a big meet. He tried to type on a 100-mile-an-hour train. Realistic, it's only Rapido, Escura Scale and Bachmann that could enter the TT120 and take in Hornby, but also the Helion. I think it was announced their 120, then Hornby did. Helion then stopped. Right, so the other one I wanted to show that Grace didn't bring out. We need to zoom that out, don't we? Train cam, that one, that. It's not zoomies.
There you
go. My Tyne Dock 9F is I need to get rid of that, sorry guys. My Tyne Dock 9F is tender driven kit bash. My standard 9F is Bachmann and my Crusty 9F is a Hornby Railroad. The Railroad one is a great compromise between detail and price. Fair enough. Rob, can I have this heart gone, please? Yeah, I shall sort it in a moment, Jake. I do keep on forgetting. Change my pitch up by smack my bishop. Right, so going back to crew, when we were dropping, oh Lena, when we were dropping Simon back up on the train, myself, Jason, and
Captain Static.
oh, Captain Static Mark, who's no doubt watching his.
Bus.
You're bashing that into my shoulder.
Sorry.
We managed to see a steam train, and that steam train is also part of our opening video now. And that steam train we've managed to get hold of, which is
Tender driven.
The Black 5. So this is why we had to grab that one. She looks in pretty good nick. As I said, none of these have been run yet, so we don't actually know. But the wheels on that one don't look too bad, do they?
No, just needs a bit of a clean.
Need a bit of a clean.
I think there's old oil in there, but again, if it's not been run in a while, it's...
Yeah, that's why I'll have a chat with Bri. So yeah, there you go. You can pack that one away if you want. In the manufacturing side, there will be consistent, not with much competition is the scenic side of things. All the scales can use all the sides of the static grass and trees, etc. Well, yeah, like N-gauge, you can go down to 1mm grass from WWS, can't you? And that's why they sold it as a complete kit for N-gauge, didn't they? The micro applicator, is it?
Yes.
The micro applicator and the static grass as well. Here, Jake, it's controlled by you on the 3 dots in the top left of the chat. Turn off reactions. Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what it was when it came up the other day. Then it's for you to do yourself.
Oh, I see. What caught your eye? I wish I got some of the wall they have running on kiosk on the time. Tender driven 44871, but it's not 44871. Oh, and Grail was passing Lockerbie. Andy, I didn't meet half the YouTubers I wanted to. Andy, the early morning filming session, RGJ. Yeah, that's the one. I will get rid of that heart in a minute. I do apologise, guys. It was set up late. Black 5, is it, Rob? Oh, yes. Tim, are you sending all this to Brian to service, Rob? I'm going to have a go myself. It depends how bad they are. If it's just a case of cleaning them, getting hair out and what have you, and a bit of oil, and then I'll do it myself. If it's any more serious, then yeah, they'll go over to Brian. Black 5s are awesome bikers. Yeah, it was, again, it was purely down to the fact that I'd seen it, and it's the one that's on the script. I think it's the first one in the sequence of the 3. Very nice, Rob. Thank you. On Windows PC, Jake, probably different on the phone. So there's several Black 5s in my time, mostly Henrys, but all at the same time in the use, one from Holbein problems. Flymo, not far to Glasgow Central. Tim, because you're apparently good at that thing. Good at that thing, apparently. Richard, sorry, Rob, where did you get them from? I've forgotten. It was from a friend of ours that we went over to see today. He's downsizing his stock. And I saw Chester made me wish I had a bigger layout and longer trains. Chris, I have a 2010 Black 5 I got from Sawyer's at MR Crew this year. Correct valve gear and nice detail. Well, not stupidly expensive with silly lights on. I haven't actually had a closer look at it. Dan, if you can't get the loco body back on, if you do the servicing, Rob, I've got experience, especially with pesky A4s. Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that, Dan. Right, a good girl knows how to service a Black 5 with one hand. Are you saying that Grace should be servicing a Black 5 with one hand? Right, what are we doing, Grace?
More of this.
More of this. Right, so I'm going to knock you back over to Grace's. I would if I knew how to. There we go. Adam, is there not a connection from Carstairs to the key growler?
So, those who missed on Wednesday, we have just added a bit more realism to these concrete blocks. But obviously you guys have already seen a lot of that, so I was thinking of having a play with the resting paints tonight, because like I said, you guys have already seen me do enough of that, so you probably don't want to watch that again. So I might do an experiment. So I've got to paint it silver first. Again, today's just got away with us, but I can paint this silver ready and then you know, do a bit of the concrete and just till it dries. Where's my purple cloth gone?
I don't know.
Oh, I have to use that one.
What's the shut on here? The mic is crackling. Right. Thank you. So what I'm going to do... What can I do about it? What can I do about it? If I do that...
I just can't remember which silver I used. I'll go for middle on me
transition
and
to that
middle.
one. Bear with me. Hopefully that might get rid of the crackling. I think it's that mic on that Razer camera's knackered. Maybe we should take it back. That's got a 12-month guarantee on it.
No, I think Jason said himself that the mic on it isn't the best. But then, let's be honest, if you offer a separate mic, are you going to make sure that the mic on your camera is any good, or are you going to do it so it makes you want to buy the mic?
This train will stop at... I'm not even going to try and say that and disgrace it under. There was a charter plan for flying Scotland booked on the 95 back in January 2016 from Manchester to Victoria to Carlisle, but got replaced by two Black 5s, 45407, 44871. It was an enjoyable journey. Cheers, Rob. No worries, mate. Yeah, there are, and if you get a Parkman Club, you can get 10% off. If not, it's 5. Hereford Martin. Did we say hello to Hereford Martin?
Oh, I don't know if we did. Apologies.
I do apologise if we haven't said hello to you, Hereford Martin. Usually my ignorant self. You can blame me for that one, not Grace. So has the crackling gone now, guys? Hopefully. Like I said, I think it's the microphone on this Razer Keo camera.
Wow, where's all my paint gone from there?
I think.
Unless this has leaked out. Yeah, it must have done. There's still loads in there. I think this is dried up. That ain't good.
And Victor Levitt's shooting off. No, night, Victor. Thank you for dropping in, buddy. That's much appreciated. You look after yourself. Hereford Martin. Hi, all just been lurking. Not a problem at all, buddy. Not a problem at all. Oh. And even though Richard said he was going to... I asked Richard to remind me. He didn't. We haven't forgotten about the little giveaway we're going to do concerning the... What is it? Dried tea leaves, rocks... Is there anything else?
I was thinking of making some tuss, but the way time's going at the moment, it's not a promise. Basically, a bundle of goods.
It's been a crazy couple of weeks, as it always is here at RGJ. But we will get it sorted, guys. It's easy for me to see it over here, I think.
So this is basically just a failed 3D print that I'm just using up as an experiment. Isn't actually for anything. I just thought it's plastic, so it gives me a rough idea how things can turn out.
Adam, it's disappointing, Simon, but the Black 5s have the power too. And Paul Woods starts whistling the spaghetti western tune. Dan, I looked at a potential booking for next year for my 40th. $695 per person with the local to be confirmed, but the company it was where usually just uses the Black 5 or Castles. Chris puts poncho on. I'm lost here, everybody's referring to westerns. still crackling. Ugh. Rats. Let's. That one's not working. Why isn't that one not working? That's interesting. What's the twin cam?
Right, let that dry.
Bear with me while I try and sort this out. I know it's a little bit annoying, but bear with me while I try and sort it. Where are we? That was premium dining service, but it's a standard day ticket was £295. Yeah, I know, they're not the cheapest, are they? I'd like that too, Simon. The Black 5 seem to have fewer issues. Raymond, New York Central 3001 will be restored to operation. Its sister loco had been found to be in terrible shape despite the cosmetic work. Jesus. Crackling started when the cam on Grace started. Is that the single cam or the twin cam? You know, the one with the little square in the box. Trev, the last time I booked the Steam Special, it cost me 30 quid. Jesus. That ain't bad going. Adam, yes, the solution to the rusting hole, paint it so it looks good. Well, Grace has actually been taking a load of photos of rusty areas, haven't you?
Yeah.
So she's got a good idea. Dan, by the end of this year, I'll be authorised to start driver training at a clean level for Gothland. Have to start at the bottom again. Nice one, Dan. Good luck to you, mate. Trev, it was a few years ago. Does one dare say quite a few years ago, maybe, Trev? No insults intended, obviously. Let's get rid of this stupid heart. Content. Live. Live. Customization. Live reactions. That should be the heart gone, hopefully. When Locomotive Services Limited started, I think it was back in 2017, their first year of operation, they slashed fares in half and took a journey in the Royal Scotsman crew to Holyhead for 45. Bloody hell, 45 quid, that's not bad. Rob, name the cams, Grace up close cam. Yeah, not a bad idea. As I said on the live stream on Wednesday, I haven't had a chance, but I do need to get all these labelled. Trevor, buying an A4 doesn't constitute a Steam Special. Trev, it was Doncaster to the capital of Scotland pulled by an A4. Sweet. Adam, I've got a skip by Binley Conway in my head now. Last train to Glasgow Central. Last train to Glasgow Central. And if you missed one, there'll never be another one. That sounds exciting, Dan. Great job. Dan, knew there'd be an A4 somewhere, Trevor. Of course there'll be an A4. It's Trevor, isn't it? We all know that. of tip of Asgo Central. God, Adam, that reminded me of Tweaky from Buck Rogers then. Biddy, biddy, biddy. If anybody remembers Buck Rogers. Chris, Hady Shady Bomb on the wild side of life. You guys are doing a very, very good job of confusing me tonight. Granted, I've always said to you it doesn't take very much. Rob, the mic on the close-up cam is on. Let's transition over to that one. Actually we can try this because I do have two mics here. Now if somebody lets me know, excuse me, if that one's crackling. If not, I can switch it to the other one on the close-up. Dan, it is indeed, Richard. Came home last week with so much ash in my clothes that if I crash I'll be able to sell it genuine locomotive shed ash for 100 years. No timber, Gav, Mav, or Tammy and Ray tonight so far. Gav, as I said, I know he's busy with his footy and his other work. Mav, I know, was at one of the shows. Trev, well, I spent lots of time as a teenager on Doncaster, only 30-mile bike ride from Scunthorpe. And what were built at Doncaster, the A1s, A2s, A3s and A4s. But Trevor does have a mild obsession with them, obviously. Oh, sounds better, does sound better. Mikey's fine, that's better. Okie dokies. Now that one, let me think. That one is the Razor Siren. So that's the standalone mic, I think that is. So again, I think it is the Razor Keo mic. I do apologise to everybody. I did say I was going to get it sorted. I haven't got around to it. I'm guessing for Timber though, it's because he's dragging all his mainline wagons, bargains home. Dan, yeah, the sound is better now without the small screen camera in the corner. Yeah. Oh, I'm coughing more. Sorry, Morgan. I keep on disport. That is the standalone mic. So that makes it in. Yeah. I need to just turn off the the audio option for your Keo, Chris. Yeah, at some point. And the squeaking, by the way, is my chair, in case you are wondering. And obviously I'm clicking on the keyboard as well now. But hell, let it never be said that we don't talk about trains occasionally. You're still more than welcome to bring the innuendos, etc. in, and the stupid things and random stuff. Adam, there's less booming from that mic, Rob. The other one was picking up all the low frequency sounds. Yeah, I just need to delete everything, label all the bloody stuff individually, and then decide that I am not going to use the audio off the Razor Keo camera. Richard, I think I am a bit behind with. What are you behind with, Richard?
Maybe the actual video, like Matt was that day.
Dan, already on it and asked the trust if it's okay to acquire a bucket of cinders and ashes once a month for modelling purposes. Why not, mate? Why not?
No, that's too big.
Lagging behind with the chat. It is going through well, isn't it, Richard? Adam, I do have the PC going through the sound system, so that would have come through as crackling on smaller speakers. No, someone mentioned the other night as well, Adam, that there was crackling. Not the pork kind, unfortunately. Andy, the guys and gals I did meet today were Timber, Clive, Dino, Mick, Paul and Paris, Anthony and Joyce, Piccadilly, John, Route 7, Steve, Mab, Tony, Northeastern. Raymond, it'll cost $4.5 million to restore New York Central 30011 to operation, along with 6 aluminium side coaches that already been. Jesus. Big investment. Chris, tomorrow I'll be replacing 3 troublesome points with electrofrog versions to see if they sort out the dead rail problems I have. Dan, Rob, go and see a doctor. We can hear your ticker. That's not normal. I'm not normal. Dan, you'll have to give us details so we can buy some. Oh, and Charlie Bishop. You met Charlie Bishop? Charlie Bishop. No, I'm thinking of a different Charlie Bishop.
You're thinking of a comedian, Bishop?
Yes, that was it.
He isn't Charlie, he's,
John. John Bishop. No, I don't know. Adam, I read about that, Raymond. $4 million to get it running. It's one of only 2 left, but I'll stand corrected. Chris, did you look him in the eye, Andy? Trevor, I am certainly not normal. Sorry, Rob, I meant the actual live stream. Okay. Have you managed to catch up? Was it on pause or something, Richard? Dan, would you like the price in tons or grams, Richard? But we'll definitely be building up stocks with other scenic materials. I'm going to be selling and working on a website. Won't be anything like WWS. Simon, did notice the Worley photo today with Leamington Station, Donegal Dad, Anthony and Joyce, as Worley was main posting about them. March West Junction, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath and somebody else. Dan, but we're budget friendly to get the newer generations into the hobby. Nice one. Adam, yes, Charlie was in the same pub as the crew last year and was around the YouTube meet today. Jenny had a chat with him, congratulate him in advance on his 3rd top YouTube channel win. Oh, nice one. Sweet. Richard, think it being grams, Dan. Sounds good. Keep us informed. Simon, did see John Bishop once. Was at Harper Station as he boarded the same train as I did. Sweet. Chris, if we were all normal, we'd be a sad lot on Mondeo driving Barrett House owning beige people with 2.5 children. Hey, Chris, I used to drive Mondeo. Andy, I'm bushed. Do it all again tomorrow. Night all. You take care, Andy. Thanks for dropping in, mate. That's really appreciated.
No, darling.
Well, it is a big loco. I think it cost at least 6. Yeah, it's a hell of an expense, but you can't really draw the line on something like that when there's only so few left. Brian asking Simon if he knocked him flying. Simon, Vincent, Brian, this was before I began elbowing celebrities. John, Chris, don't forget the dog with the 2.5 children. Oh yeah, that's a fair point. You can't forget the dog. Including this one that's absolutely crashed out on the floor down here. Raymond, I don't want children. I don't need two of me. Oh, you like me then, Raymond? One's bad enough. Chris, yeah, my mistake. Adam, yeah, it'll stretch the cost out, no doubt, Raymond. These things always do. Here's to it running again, though. Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? It's the end target, is being able to see these things running. You know, it's quick enough, it's easy enough to draw a line under. No, it's cost too much to run. But would anybody let that happen to the likes of the Scotsman or the Mallard or the Flying Scot and everything like that? And yeah, granted, there is only one of those left, but even if there's only two of the locos left, it's still important to keep it going. Brian, it's official, Simon has been rubbing elbows with celebrities, indeed, and trying to knock them over. Pennsylvania K4 is also being restored. I'm going to Google that. See if I can spell cancel. Oh, Jesus H. I can't get the words out. What was it called? K4. Jesus, that's a big old girl. The 462 steam locomotive. Chris, somewhere in France there's a hairy woman. My fault, never again. Just released when I saw John Bishop, was back in 2013. Trev, I'm keeping the population down by not having kids. My Menace sisters have 4 or 5 each. Jesus. Jumpity. I thought they were all hairy, Chris. Yeah, I've just checked then. I've just replied. Bri, right, I'm calling it a night now. I've got some website work to do. No worries, Bri. Thank you for dropping in. It's always appreciated and great to see you, mate. Chris, this one is very hairy, John. You having fun there, Grace? Mm-hmm.
I do, however, need to pop to the shop. Don't I?
Where are we? you can wait 2 minutes, but you've got 20. So one of them's going back tomorrow. It sounds like everybody else has had a lot of fun with the shows. And also the Wally one sounds a lot more peaceful, doesn't it?
Yeah, the only thing I said though is it because of a big game on, people have avoided going today. They're all going to go tomorrow.
Food for thought for next year, then.
Okay.
But we're going to the RGJ show hopefully in December, aren't we? In Crewe? November, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Adam, are you asleep, Ewan? Wouldn't be surprised if you were. Well, don't miss your stop. But he is going 100 miles an hour. I suppose it depends on signal as well, doesn't it? Trev, the LNER K3 and K4 were 260 locomotives, and we had a few at Frodingham Shed in Scunthorpe.
Oh, too big.
Pardon?
Too big a clump. Just ignore me.
Oh, okay. Apparently it was too big, guys. Women usually complain it's too small, don't they? Oh, well, that was the other thing. For any of you who watched the video, or they haven't seen it yet, I did have a bit of a fail in trying to get the APT running. She's still slipping like crazy on the track, so it's a problem I'm going to address at another time. I do want to get her running on the layout, but she's being my nemesis at the moment. So she's put away just so you know, you walk away from a problem so you don't get angry with it and cheesed off and what have you.
For some reason I think I've done this quicker.
Richard, think I've caught up now. Where are you going November? The RGJ show in Crewe. If someone could Google the details for me. Again, it's in Crewe where Jason is. I believe Jason's got a stall there.
Yes, Model Road Crew is kind of attending it.
Yeah.
And it's free entry for YouTubers. You just have to give Jason your name.
Yeah. If anybody does want to attend it and they are a YouTuber, did he say like an active YouTube channel?
I don't know. I would get in contact with him if you're unsure and just say.
So drop Jason a message if you fancy going, and you'll get free entry into it.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's you have to post regularly or anything like that, or just have a YouTube channel. I don't know.
Drop Jason a message and ask him. Raymond, it's better to have something too big than too small, apparently. Ow. Yep. Is all I'm saying. Well, all you could say. Dan, the second year that Scotsman was at the Wembley show in the 1920s, it was sent with a K3 six-wheel tender.
Right.
Surprised Hornby hadn't tried to model that yet. Adam, decent workhorses, Trevor. So I'm told anyway. Ian Melling shooting off. Night, everyone, and Rob and Grace. Thank you for dropping in, Ian. Appreciate it as always. You take care, Betty. Simon, tempting to go to the RGJ show now. You were there last year, weren't you, mate? Was he?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah, that's when we first met him. If you don't mind seeing us again, that is, Simon. Richard, that's good. When are you going? Not sure when I'm going. Let's have a quick look. If I missed the comments, I do apologise. No, go away, you stupid thing. RGJ show November. Where are we? There we go. The RGJ Railway Exhibition is on the 11th and 12th of November at the Bentley Motors in Crewe. Adam, I had to done it. I was given the front half, but it took a while to get a driven tender, so I grabbed the six-wheeler first. Just got an eight-wheeler this year. Okay, Richard's saying it's 9th and 10th. Why am I saying it's the 11th and 12th then?
I don't know.
No, that's 2023 I'm looking at, idiot. What out? No, I do apologise. It is the 9th and 10th. Thank you very much, Richard. And Gary's back. Chris nipping to the pub to see a band. No, no. Oh. No, I'm okay. I shall jump in. I'll go back to sleep, Morgan.
Do you want to come and close this because it is getting a bit nippy?
Okay. We'll just pop it back to the main camera so you can see my ugly mug. And ugly that it is. Sent you a link, a messenger up with the show you're on about. Cheers, buddy. Night Valleys, have a good night. So what day are you thinking of going? We're thinking of going on the Saturday because normally we work on the Sundays, mate. Adam, it's quite a good event if you get the weather. Cars and all on show too, if that's the same event. Simon Trains. I don't remember cars. Well, I don't remember cars being there last year. I don't remember. Simon, if I'm going to Alsager, it most likely be a Sunday. No worries, mate. We couldn't do the Sunday because we normally work on the Sundays. So we'll be doing the Saturday, and then obviously getting back here, hopefully in time for a live stream. But yeah, so obviously that'll be the cruise show that we did earlier this year, the Alsager show. Probably, I mean, guaranteed to be at crew again next year. Are we awake? No, he's going back to bed. Might consider others. If Worley is that, it's a horrible thing to say, if Worley is that quiet, then we might consider it next year. Might do. Take my glasses up and see what I'm reading. Flymo, didn't see any cars last year. Simon, won't be able to do Saturdays, the same problem work. No worries, mate. Not a problem at all. Flymo, must have been a different venue, I'm thinking of, Simon. I believe this is going to be the last Alsager show at the Bentley Club. I'm not sure why. Again, Jason knows these sort of things. But it is a good show. It's very well run. Richard, see if I can arrange for Saturday, but going with two brothers, so we'll have to see. Not a problem, buddy. Dan, go there on the Saturday, Rob, and leave the cardboard cutout of yourself and Grace so Simon the following day can take pics for YouTube. Yeah. It was a cracking day, and we got to meet up with Simon, obviously, Sue and Pete. Jason was obviously there. Because if I remember right, that was the first time that Grace actually managed to see Jason's layout back at the house. Tim, I bet Worley will be on a different date next year to not compete with Getz. Yeah, that was a strange one, Tim, to have them both on the same weekend. But then again, if one's, I suppose, if they're both announcing roughly the same time of the dates, they're not exactly going to talk to each other to discuss it. But yeah, it was a strange one. Because they're both well-known shows. Obviously, you've got Getz, which is quite possibly a bigger show. But I think food for thought for Worley next year, possibly. Oh yes, Timber as well. Thank you, Simon. I do apologise. Yeah, Timber was there. The Invisible Man. Not that we haven't got the photo up there on that side with Timber in it. Dan, the link I sent you about the show is at the Legends Conference Centre. Okay, this one was at Simon. Was it? It's not the canteen, is it, Simon? It's like a function area, isn't it, Si? Tim, from what I've seen of Worley, it looked really quiet. I can't see them getting the traders to go next year if the crowds are like that again. That'll be a shame, because, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but didn't Wally stop and then start up again? So if they're going to stop again, are they going to survive? I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure that they would. Or maybe just do it in a different month, possibly. Because I don't suppose that everybody can afford to go to, I don't know, like Gets 1 year. No, 1 year. Gets 1 week and then Wally the next. But it's summertime and it's a busy time for everybody, isn't it, with families and everything. Yeah, I thought so, Tim. I wasn't sure. I just needed. Oh yes, that was it, Tim. It stopped at the NEC, didn't it? Yes. Yeah. I do hope. I really do hope they sort something. That they do it, maybe, like I say, maybe on a different month to get. She says went to Tamworth. Adam, there seems to be a rise in passenger travel by rail in the USA, Raymond. The touring side of it is an attraction that seems to be taken off. Back in the heyday of 1920s American railroad travel. It's going to be, isn't it? Dan, Worley said they would stop the huge shows they did due to manpower, but would do to smaller shows, which is what they're doing. And hope, but they need to make sure they don't clash with something the size of Gets. And I do hope they survive it, because you do need your fair share of shows. And yet, granted, people like myself, and I'm not the only one, that suffer with anxiety attacks and panic attacks and things like that can't attend big shows. The cruise show, I did start to struggle a bit, and it wasn't really crowded, was it, guys? But it was busy. Next year, Grace, myself, and Jason were actually talking about something that they're going to try and introduce next year for people with, I could generalise it as mental health issues, who get overcome by things. We're going to try and have something in place for that, because I thought it'd be a nice thing to do, especially with me personally having issues. If we can help other people like myself. Gets look really quiet after 3 p.m. Well, I can't remember who it was. I do apologise. I mentioned it took only 10 minutes to get into Gets this year, whereas last year it was a 2-hour wait. Was Pete there? Pete Waterman. I believe he was supposed to have been there. David Green went to Wally exhibition today near Tamworth. Another one that went to Wally. Adam. Well, the whole Jenny and Zoe run did quieten down quite a bit after the meet and greet. Tim. That's fair enough. Maura shooting off. Thank you very much, darling, for dropping in. Your support's always appreciated. You take care and sleep well, darling. I'm alright. Tim, yeah, I kept looking at the West Hill Wagon Works throughout the day at Plymouth. They were standing around a lot. Oh yeah. Anybody any idea how WWS is standard? Because I know they were doing it. I saw pictures of the stand. It looked pretty impressive. Raymond Legs. I hate paywalls. What are you trying to do, Raymond? Tim, yeah, he was in the hall, Rob. Okay, fair enough. So there was a quiet hall, and then there was a Pete Waterman hall. Oh, 2 seconds. Could we let her back in? I suppose I better had. Okay. Dan, I struggle to justify the costs on entry to some places like Wally. Like that when Wally was a huge at £40 a ticket. Local exhibitions are £10 in the door sometimes. Yeah, that's the other side of it. Is the entry fees can be the entry fees can be quite prohibitive, can't they? Adam, I was going to say hello, Snowy. Is me, Snowy. I presume Snowy's still around, isn't she?
Yeah. Hi, Flymo. How are you doing? I think Snowy likes to lurk sometimes.
Oh, yes. I'm with you, Snowy. Yeah. Tim, well, the owner found time to do an interview with Jenny today. Yes, I believe Jenny did. And Martin's brilliant like that. To be fair, Martin's always come across as very approachable to anybody, doesn't he?
Yes, very much listens to people as
Yeah.
well. Things are interested in things they want. I think that's why he bought the engaged grass out, because people said, "What about us engagers?"
Yeah.
And guess what he bought out?
Where's he gone?
Over there on the other pillow, because this one isn't good enough.
Oh, it could be too warm. Can you turn that down, please? There was also an upstairs as well, so it looked like a 2-day event. I'm doing okay, thanks for asking, Snowy. Got a cold, but keeping cheerful. Is it getting any better, Flymo? And my phone's too close. I'll just chuck it down here somewhere. Moggy.
He was quite cuddly there, to be fair.
Oops. Up. Come and say hello to everybody again. You want to be the star of the show again? Are you going to come on camera? Are you going to say hello to the people? Say hello, everybody.
He's like, leave me alone.
Yeah. He's a tired boy today, and he's had too much of a full day. You say that, but going to football is £40 for the cheap end Prem game, so it's only the same as going to a show. Only a show is all day. Football is 2 hours. Fair comment. Raymond, my local train shows are always just £10. Dan, as you can agree, we'll travel from here, the Midlands to Birmingham to go to big exhibition at the door. Cost £40 fuel, £80 food and drinks. Yeah. Again, it's each to their own, in it, Dan. You know, it's if you're that. What's the word I'm looking for? If you really, really want to go to these shows, it's like we've got something to save up for next year, haven't we? And we really want to do that, and hopefully we can save up and afford it. Adam, I'm really just tired tonight, Rob. Just a busy day. Not good, mate. You look after yourself. If we stayed overnight, that's 50 to 140 quid. Yep, that's another thing. I think, well, we had the hotel costs with crew, but that was because obviously we had the wedding the day before, and we drove straight over after leaving the wedding. So we had to have accommodation, because there's no way we could have driven back here.
No.
And then we would have got back here about midnight. Then we would have had to been up by 5 o'clock in the morning to drive to Crewe, wouldn't we?
What am I like in the mornings?
Trevor, shows must get back to cheaper OAP entrance fees. Raymond, £40 is too much for a train show. I can get a whole bag of stuff for £40 at my local show.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? It's.
I suppose if you're local to them, then yeah, it's not too bad. Dan, it's why I'm trying to get my model club to organise a big show up here in big venues. All the big ones are Midland or the South. Or so far north, we need an Arctic gear and lifts. Well, you've got the option of Venue Cymru now, haven't you? If you're going to big. Tim, all shows are dependent on where you live. I don't go to Getz because I can't go to the NEC, because I can go to the NEC and get the same. Yep. Dan, glad to hear you keeping cheerful. Flymo, it's that time of year. Unfortunately, all the cold's going round. Hope you get well soon. I'm doing okay. Thanks for your like trying to keep positive. Hugs to you too, Stowy. Adam, I know what you mean, Dan. My daughter has bought me tickets for gigs in Glasgow and Dundee. I'd say turn it down, not off.
That was all it was. It was on one anyway.
Oh, was it? I do apologise. I'll stick it back on then. Sorry, I thought it was on 2. You got to get traders and exhibitors to want to do the big shows. Yes, that's the issue, isn't it? I think Dan, the last Colwyn Bay one, were Mark and Dorinda there? Yes. They were, weren't they? Yeah. And that's the issue. There aren't a lot of traders around here. I think it's
Mark and Dorinda.
Yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? Because the other two shops we go to aren't dedicated railway hobby shops, are they? We're fortunate though that with the guys, Lord Al shown that we chip in for a minibus and I can drive it around a day trip. I wouldn't. I'm too much of a driver myself, Dan. Oh, thank you, Snow. It's that time of year. Glad to hear keeping chipper too. XNG12. We rarely get them in Ireland, a few in Northern Ireland, Dublin, but rarely if they're ever in the rest of the country. And if you're in the really south part of Ireland, that's a big issue, isn't it? That's a thought. No Sean in for a while. I know he pops in every now and again, doesn't he, Sean?
He's had a lot going on in his life, hasn't he? So.
Yes, he has. Right. Anyway, guys, with it being 10 p.m, obviously we do have work in the morning, so we will start to wind it down now. But it's been...
That was a handy thing doing it last Wednesday.
Yeah. But it has been a really informative night. Maybe not as innuendo-filled as others, but it's been a good old chat tonight, hasn't it? And quite surprising the amount of people in. The reason Getz and NEC and the one in Scotland do so well is they're dead easy to get to. Yeah, because they're right on mainline. You got the motorways nearby. I mean, the NEC, the motorway passes right by it. It's literally, 2 minutes off the motorways, NEC. And obviously you've got the railway lines as well. Dan, there's a trader based in Prestatyn who won't do anything around here, as he runs an exhibition in Southport. No one runs European where I live. No, yeah, so if you want to stay in no night, I apologise for those that have just joined. But like I say, we do have work commitments in the morning. So yeah, we might have to try and do another Wednesday one, maybe.
Just not next week. I think we're doing 3 last week.
Yeah. So we might try and do another Wednesday one again at some point, as long as Simon's okay with it. Obviously, we don't like stepping on toes. Good night, Peter. Morgan stole the show. He certainly did. He certainly did, Snowy. He always does. And he'll be here for a few days again, I think, till his mummy gets better. For me, I have to use the shuttle bus to get to Milton Keynes.
Good boy.
And yep. So if everyone wants to start saying good night,
Good boy.
and Mr. Paul Woods, if you can do your usual, please, sir.
Oh, baby, you're grubby.
Someone's getting combed. But thank you all that have dropped in tonight. Thank you to all the lurkers, and obviously, as we always say, thank you to... Oh, I'll let you do that bit.
Thank you to all our patrons, our members, our gifters, our donators, one time and multiple, everybody that is part of the channel, including our lurkers, and most importantly, our mods who, on and off the lives, are always there telling us if we make mistakes or make things obvious on our episodes.
Oh, yes. 1 minute warning, says Paul. The one before that. I agree with all I said about the cost of shows. It's not just food, fuel, door money. It's the candy and shiny train boxes and other half bank managers who demands I do chores to repay my sudden debt. So yeah, thank you all. Major loves to everybody. And I shall switch it back over to Grace's Brickworks. And we shall say night night.